Hey everybody, welcome to Northernlion's Challenge Runs of the Binding of Isaac. We are playing a Mortal Kombat themed run today, courtesy of YouTube user Johan Hoekstra. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. My knowledge of European pronunciations of all... Oh god, what have we done? Cheat engine, come back to me. There we go, that should fix it. My knowledge of European pronunciations of, all regions is pretty woefully inaccurate. But in any case, we are playing Sub-Zero today, or role-playing Sub-Zero, I guess we should say. So we got a lot of very clever and creative kind of tools that make us more Sub-Zero-ish. The big one, obviously, is that we have Mom's Contact, which is going to act as the freezing agent that Sub-Zero is most famous for. We also have My Best Friend, or Best Friend, as it took me forever to find it in the cheat engine. This is going to basically fit the role of Sub-Zero's clone. We also have the PhD, which fits the role of Sub-Zero's mask, which I thought was particularly clever. And we have Spider Bite, so there's a slow and a freeze. Spider Bite also accounts for the enormous bump on Sub-Zero's head there. So he doesn't look totally like Sub-Zero. It looks like kind of a mixture of Sub-Zero, Kano, and like a bad piece of popcorn. But in any case, that is going to be our run today. Now, there are some conditions to this run. Obviously, a big one is that we cannot get rid of My Best Friend. So that's going to be a huge balancer, because My Best Friend is probably one of the worst items in the game. At least one of the worst active items in the game. But, that's kind of fair considering we have two of the best items in the game, I would say, in terms of Spider Bite and Mom's Contact. But, did I freeze My Best Friend? That was obviously a terrible use of that there. We are also going to skip both of the first two item rooms in compensation, but after that, everything is a-okay. Even up to... Oh, that was almost terrible. Even up to taking... Oh my god, Monstro, what happened? He freaked out there. We're gonna be able to take, anything we want, up to and including even Mom's Knife, as long as it still has the slowing and the freezing effect. It's not like Sub-Zero shoots big, like, fireballs out of his hands. I guess he does shoot kind of like a freezing stream, which would kind of make it, better to get Brimstone or something like that. But in any case, did you guys hear MK9 is all but confirmed? Mortal Kombat 9, that is all but confirmed for, PC release now. Better late than never, I say. I mean, it is 2 years post-release. But the big news about this, I'm super psyched to play MK on PC, assuming it comes out in June, as was indicated in the article I read today. Good timing on this Sub-Zero type run, I guess. But additionally, what was I going to say? It gives me hope that Injustice, the new game from NetherRealm, like the Mortal Kombat, but with DC superheroes game, it gives me hope that that is going to get a PC release eventually as well. Well, another great use of My Best Friend. In any case, we are going to skip the item room on this floor, so I feel like I could basically just kind of leave this floor whenever I want, so we might as well just fight the boss and then kind of move onwards. Although it might be good to explore everything to get a chance to get some keys and, just other kind of ambient upgrades, if you will, that we would find in the environment. Ambient upgrades is not the best descriptor necessarily, but hopefully you understand what I mean. Not informal upgrades. Things that don't come from the shop, don't come from the item room, and don't come from the boss room. In any case, this was a very easy boss fight, as you can probably tell. We are just going to kill Larry Jr. The freezing effect so solid. We've gotten an HP upgrade, and we also have a chance at a deal with the devil. So let's see what we've got there. Razor Blade and Book of Belial, neither of which we can actually take. You know what? I say we just go down to the next floor. Let's wing it, man. We've been doing some marathon Binding of Isaac runs. Let's speed it up a little bit. We have Curse of the Labyrinth here. This is one of the few times I think I would ever say that, despite having a spacebar item, I don't really consider battery 9V to be all that useful. The reason is, battery 9V nuns have it, the standard holy trinity of improving your spacebar item. Sure, it would probably make My Best Friend a little bit better, but it's basically just giving us like one extra bomb now and then. Because apparently I am absolutely god-awful at actually placing this item in a situation where it will do damage to an enemy. By the way, don't let me forget, as if you have control over it, but don't let me forget that apparently you're not supposed to use My Best Friend against some bosses. I didn't see which ones, but Mom was definitely on there, so I'm not going to use My Best Friend against Mom. I don't know what it is about all of these items that are supposed to be high damage against bosses, like My Best Friend, for example, or High Priestess actually coming back to bite you in the ass. Now, this is a little bit frightening for me. I've been taking a lot of damage. Obviously, my number one priority for right now is making sure that this Eternal Heart makes it down to the next floor, where I could actually pick up an HP upgrade as a result of picking it up. There's a key right before the item room, which is fantastic. We do have our first crack at the item room. Let's see what we got. 10 extra bombs. That's actually really useful, because we were running quite low, and I didn't want to have to use My Best Friend to do damage to the enemy. People are going to be wondering, what is the condition, or what is the parameters or mechanics of My Best Friend? I'm pretty sure it's an explosive damage ability, and as it kind of absorbs damage from enemies as well. Oh my god, this Eternal Heart is now, we're on thin ice. Watch out for the turret. That was what I was worried about, but we're still okay. As it takes damage, because it will kind of absorb damage from enemies, I believe it kind of reflects that damage and, you know, does more as a result of it. I'm hoping we come across the boss room. We are at the shop, which doesn't really interest me. I'm all but basically considering, yeah, that the Eternal Heart is gone, and of course, as I said that, we lost it. So that was it's been a pretty piss-poor floor so far. To be honest with you, we don't deserve a deal with the devil here, as much as I would like one. But we're still okay, you know, 4 hearts. It's not like we're anywhere close to death. I've just been playing pretty poorly. I've been playing pretty poorly in general lately. I don't know, I gotta get my Isaac Fu back, if you will. But we are picking up a little bit more money. This is a big floor, obviously. I should definitely look out for the second item room. I oftentimes forget that I am indeed dealing with an XL floor here, which is not really conducive to success. The 10 extra bombs, not really the be-all, end-all in that item room that we got earlier. I would love to get something that was a little bit more permanent, a little bit more, you know, conducive to having glorious success. However, we'll try it out here. Anyway, Child's Heart, not all that useful. When I said vigorous for success, I feel like I have a story to tell. Kate and I were actually at a sushi restaurant last night in Vancouver, and it has a TV, or it had a TV, that kind of demonstrated or displayed what roles they had. So it would be like kimono roll, and then it would have like a picture of a clip art kimono or something in the background. We should fight here while I'm having the story as well. So yeah, you know, that was cool to give a visual representation of what each role was all about. But one of the roles was called the Viagra roll. Wow, my best friend was super awesome there. Which was funny enough in its own right, but what was really weird was that the Viagra roll, the pictures behind it were all of like North Korean propaganda, like Kim Il-sung standing on top of a tank doing like a salute to his troops, and, you know, like raising the North Korean flag in the Korean War and stuff like that. And that freaked me out, man. I was like, first off, what does this have to do with Viagra? What's the connection here? But secondly, are we eating in a North Korean sushi restaurant, and is that okay? I mean, if the restaurant was run by like North Korean refugees or something, I don't begrudge them at all. I mean, you know, congratulations on escaping from the country and setting up a business. That's something to be extremely proud of. But if they're like super psyched about North Korea, that's worrying. I don't know, it just sent a weird message. Also, you know, it's a Japanese restaurant, so I don't know what the heck was going on there. But in any case, we did get another Eternal Heart, so I don't feel as bad for the health that we lost. Obviously, I'm going to avoid picking that up as long as is necessary. We're going to get a Tears upgrade, which is not all that useful. So there you go. You know, maybe that means that North Koreans are particularly renowned for their stamina. I almost missed a Tinted Rock there. That would have been incredibly disappointing. Oh, get out of there. Thank you. Yeah, maybe it means that North Koreans are particularly sexually vigorous. So, you know, sex tourists, stop going to the Caribbean and go to North Korea instead. That's my tip of the day. In any case, just wanted to share that because it was fucking crazy to encounter that. So we're going to continue moving onwards here. Also, the sushi wasn't that good, but let's move onwards. So we are looking out for the second item room, but in order to make that work for us, we're also going to need another key. So far, so good. The run's been moving relatively quickly. I don't know if we've been particularly true to the Sub-Zero, you know, nature. I have taken a staggering amount of damage. Sub-Zero was always my favorite character in Mortal Kombat, by the way. The ability to freeze your enemies makes him a very cheese-heavy character, which is great for me, because as someone who is terrible at the game, the ability to kind of infuriate low-level players to quit the series before they eventually got good enough to beat me was very valuable in its own right. So we are just gonna kill this fly. We're gonna pick up a heart and a key, both of which are actually surprisingly useful. We will want to go to the shop at some point, I'm assuming, but haven't really found a great use for that so far. Again, terrible use of my best friend. We just want to kill these nubs before too many spiders get procced up. Like I was running in place. God damn it, I am getting my ass kicked by these spiders. We could possibly go to the shop now, but I'm saving the money for, or sorry, I'm saving the keys for the item room if possible on the next floor, or floors, if you will. So, we're going to be on this floor for what I assume is a decent extra length of time. Just hang out here, and this guy shouldn't be able to hurt me. A bomb is a fair trade here, and again, I'm super psyched that we got that 10 bomb upgrade. I mean, it sucks now, because when you get the 10 bomb upgrade, you're like, well, could you have just given me pyro, you stingy bastard? Like, would it have hurt you so much to give me 89 more bombs? But I guess I shouldn't have that attitude. I should try to be a little bit more positive. Do I have the range necessary to hit the other one from here? I do indeed. So that was an easy room. And again, we are going to get that HP upgrade courtesy of the Eternal Heart, assuming I don't leave the floor without it, which is, you know, probably like 40% chance of happening, because sometimes I get a little bit, short-sighted or, you know, absent-minded, perhaps is a better way to put it. Key is coming fast and furious. We absolutely want to go to the shop now. I need to figure out how to use my best friend more more good. Me, Northernlion. Me want to use my best friend. I need to, like, fight standalone enemies with it. Like, or, like, enemies that don't move that much, like Gertie. Maybe something like Peep or something. I don't know. Now, this is a tricky room. Provided we stand mostly still and proc only one of these guys, or, aggro only one of these guys at a time, we should be able to dodge fairly easily. This has actually gone surprisingly well. More money for us. We will absolutely make sure to go to the shop. And finally, we have sort of reached the terminus here. I hope, at least. I wonder if I could shoot my best friend, like place my best friend and then shoot him across those that gap there. Make my life easier. But in any case, my life is not that hard to begin with. Both in the game and in real life, apparently. So we're doing fairly well so far. This guy's gonna die. I would love to get some poison damage to stack up on top of the slowing damage. We get telepathy for dummies. I can't believe we went all this way just to get such a terrible item. 1 bomb for 4 cents is a fair trade, considering we have a surplus of bombs right now, and an item that basically acts as a bomb as well. I should pick up my telepathy for dummies, so if we get a library later, it won't show up. But I don't think I can actually get good items. Like, I can only get spacebar items from a library anyway, as far as I know. So, kind of, what's the point? Because I can't take spacebar items regardless. This was a fairly well-executed room, at least so far. Obviously, I need to kill this champion to finish it off, but he might drop something useful for me. Hopefully a bomb or a key. Well, a single penny, that is something as well. This is a long floor, man. We've already seen everything, formally valuable that this floor has to offer. I should just stay far away from this guy. I have the range necessary to tackle this room from afar, so I should probably do it. And you know what? Lump of coal would be fantastic as well, because we have a serious range advantage over most of our enemies. Why am I exploring absolutely everything? That's a very good question. I guess what I'm hoping for is that secret room will be next to this one, so I can go into the boss trap room and possibly pick up an item. Otherwise, we will probably just leave, but let's check it out. Nope, no such luck. Alright, so we'll go back to the shop. Whew, what a marathon second floor here. That floor took so long that my coffee is probably drinkable. As I backtrack, Northernlion is going to do a coffee drinking quick time event. I hit X at the appropriate time. That coffee temperature is absolutely perfect for drinking. Lara Croft would be proud. In fact, let's hit it up again as we continue our marathon trip. I'll actually look for the secret room as well. Money would be nice. Sadly, no such luck, but it's hard to be mad as the caffeine enters my bloodstream and makes me not as grumpy as I used to be 10 seconds ago. So let's just go around here and, again, hopefully in the shop. I don't even know what I want to pick up, to be honest with you. Items to possibly improve the efficacy of my best friend. Or, you know, maybe we can just fight Super Greed instead, and I'll immediately take damage. But hey, remember, we still have that Eternal Heart. So here's what I'm going to do. My best friend, we're just going to float him in here. He's going to miss as usual, but hey, he exploded with some serious damage. Sadly, didn't really help me out at all. I was going to say a lot, but let's be honest. That bomb actually was very well placed, though. I'm too fast, man. My dodging causes me to get hit more often than not. So let's shoot this bomb in here. It worked very well. We get the quarter, we get a Spirit Heart, and I would say this room was worth it, despite also being pretty annoying. And we will leave with that Eternal Heart and a Spirit Heart at our back, and I'm really, really hoping on getting a deal with the devil. Spirit of the Night, Brimstone, Mom's Knife. Again, the unholy trinity, if you will, if the holy trinity is battery 9-volt nun's habit. Let's continue downwards to the next floor. Now rolling a little bit better with health, and we are on a much smaller floor, which is nice for me because it breaks things up a little bit. The XL floors, you know, they're fine in their own right, and if you're speed running and you have map and compass, then XL floors are a welcome diversion, or not diversion, but a welcome, you know, addition actually. But in our current state, we don't really want that. It sounds like map, compass, speed running is like a niche case, but the reason I mention it is precisely because it is not a niche case. It's actually something that happens all the damn time. We really need more power. If that comes via familiars, that's fine by me. If that comes via straight damage upgrades, cool beans. But we need some way to do more damage, because right now we are kind of in a rough spot. You know what? Steam sale might end up paying for itself if we end up going to a shop on the next floor, and either way, we have enough money to make it worthwhile. Also picked up some keys as well. Even if we're only buying bombs and keys, we can probably make it worthwhile. That is oh, my best friend, okay, it took me 15 minutes to realize it, but in some cases, my best friend actually attracts enemies, which actually makes it useful. I guess there's some bosses where it just doesn't, or some enemies where it just doesn't, though, which is unfortunate for sure. Now, we could play this funky music white boy, but there's no need, I think, to play this fortune teller too much. Again, I worry about it giving me the tick and making it impossible to proceed, but, you know, the chest and the cathedral are kind of a pipe dream at this point anyway. Let's play until we get down to 30 cents, just as kind of an arbitrary metric, and it is paid out with absolutely nothing, so we will move onwards. Okay, so far so good on this floor, though. We have managed to pick up a couple of spirit hearts. A bomb for 2 cents is not a very good trade, considering money is less valuable than ever before as a result of us getting the Steam sale. It's a negative way of putting it, but it's also true. Like, 1 cent is not nearly as important as it used to be, which is a good thing, because we're flush for money. I continue taking staggering amounts of damage, unfortunately, and I really, really need some way to dodge with more aptitude. Whether that is an increase in my skill or an increase in my, you know, game-wise attributes. Either way is fine by me, but we actually need some useful items if we're going to succeed here. We've largely had not awful items, but also not particularly useful items, which is not conducive towards making a successful run in Isaac. Random number generator is stuck on shitty right now. This is an easy room, though. And also, I just need to start playing better. I don't mean to blame the game always for my mistakes. In this case, it's a very... like, I'm confident that it is an amalgam, if you will. A mélange of my inability to play the game effectively, as well as the game giving me some truly shitty items. There's like a matrix you could run in Isaac, and on one side is like unskilled, skilled, on the other side is lucky, unlucky. You can usually win a run if you're skilled but unlucky. You can usually win a run if you're unskilled but very lucky. It's difficult to win a run if you play unskilled but you're also very unlucky, if that makes any sense at all. That is an easy chart to draft up, if someone is interested in doing so. I will definitely retweet that. That is the kind of shit that I can get behind. Anyway, these guys have got to die. This was a surprisingly easy room. I almost never get out of this without taking damage. I haven't gotten out of it without taking damage yet, but we're certainly approaching that. If I could just murder this man right here. We get an extra key, which is good, because I do need to go to the item room, and who knows, maybe we'll finally come across some very useful golden chests. And I've already gotten myself trapped in here, which is a very dumb play. I've already taken a little bit of damage as well, but hey, you know, those spirit hearts, easy come, easy go. We've managed to get ourselves out of here without taking 1 full heart of damage from the jerkwads, which is what I was kind of worried about. So I'm thinking we might be able to make this work with a bomb here. That did work indeed. Okay, so we picked up more money, a red heart, and a few cents. Was it worth it? Yeah, you know, it was close call, but I certainly don't feel terrible about my decision there. We're gonna take damage here, because there's no way out of here, sadly, without taking damage. So thankfully we did get that heart, which is going to allow us... Look at, like, the heads are replicating, man. When they're white and I kill them, they don't just, like, have their head detached from the body. Another head reappears at a different location, like fucking Hugh Jackman in The Prestige. Spoilers if you haven't seen The Prestige, but in any case, let's keep moving here. Might as well fight our boss right away. Maybe we will earn a deal with the devil. Oh, hey, Gish, what's up? Gish is going to jump here or shoot a bomb. Shoot a bomb. Okay. I'm going to drop down my best friend. Gish is going to hang out next to it. No! Oh, my God. Why is this item so impossible to use on bosses? Why did I jump right into that? Why is the sky blue? Why do people comment on things that they don't understand? I don't know, man. I don't know. The mysteries of the universe abound in the Sub-Zero episode of the Binding of Isaac Let's Play. So Gish, not a particularly annoying boss, but I am firing a multitude of bombs in here regardless, just because I want to speed it up a little bit. 5 bombs is a-okay by me, so there we go. We're going to stick with 5 bombs. Gish is probably going to be permanently slowed or frozen. And please, if there is any benevolent force in the universe, give me a deal with the devil or a deal with the angel that could allow me to increase my damage, because as of right now, we're basically rolling on, like, our base statistics, which is our base attributes, which is unfortunate to say the least. In any case, Depths Part 1 is done. My cries have been unanswered. I would say it is time for us to go find this item room and then move on to the depths part 2, where Mom's mechanics, I guess, for lack of a better word, not her auto mechanics, but her, you know, gameplay mechanics, is going to make it impossible for my best friend to be useful, but so be it, because apparently my best friend has been largely, you know, useless to begin with. Except for that one room where we used it on a bunch of eyeless ooze guys. That was bad damage for me to take. But, you know, I basically have license to take damage as long as we still... Oh my god, that was fast. We have license to take damage as long as we don't have spirit hearts. And even if we do, there's not much we can do about it regardless. So, tough luck, basically. Now, this is a tricky room, as you can probably tell. But we're actually navigating it quite well so far. The ooze guys are annoying, but the bomb flies are the real danger. But it looks like we've gotten out of here with basically no problems. Actually, Gish is an awesome item to get most of the time regardless, but in particular, it fits very well with a Sub-Zero themed run, considering our potential to slow enemies is going to be slightly increased as a result. But still, we haven't had any items that have vastly increased our chances of success. Sacrificial Dagger is not going to do that either, but it is, you know, an item that has the potential to synergize well with items that we could get later, if you will. So I'm going to backtrack my way back to that boss room and probably look for the secret room in the room directly beside the boss room. But in any case, let's try this out, and we're going to head to the depths part 2. Hopefully not Necropolis, where I would be much less confident of our chances to succeed. But in any case, let's continue trying this. As mentioned, we are going to look for a secret room right here. Hopefully we get lucky. Sadly, no. I don't even know what I want in the secret room again, because a lot of spacebar items like, you know, the Chariot, or Unicorn Horn, I should say. Chariot, being the tarot card version, are completely impossible for us to use with my best friend. Okay, so not only is it Necropolis, but it's actually Necropolis Curse of Darkness, which is by far, I pressed E instead of space there, by far the worst possible combination that we could have had. Are you serious? All of a sudden, my best friend is apparently exempt from being shot by my bullets to make it move towards Chubb, so again, just troll engine hard at work here. For whatever reason, I seriously do not understand how this is working. We could pick up Missing Page. What's the point, though, man? We're just going to end up replacing it with the Polaroid shortly regardless. And, you know, I'm feeling very, very unconfident in our chances here. Largely as a result of just getting straight-up troll items. Now, it's a bad time to freeze one of these gluttonies is when it's actually shooting a beam. Because then that makes it impossible for me to walk into that area. But I guess it also, you know, monopolizes his attention, so I can sneak up on him from another direction. That scent, not as important as the potential risk of, you know, walking over the spikes. So let's skip that for now. Okay, let's try to make this work. Again, these guys are slowed or frozen, which is half good, half terrible. But the faster we can kill them, the better. Chubb probably would have hit me there, so I'm happy to have gotten out of there. This is a dead end, so probably getting close to the end of Necropolis, or at least we've kind of drawn an X through 2 areas of this map. I get that scent is taunting me, but I'm not interested right now. Let's try going to the left. Obviously, both shop and item room are something that I'm going to be very much on the lookout for here. Can I can indeed still hit him. I thought because he was frozen, he would be impossible to hit. And you know what? Like, single target enemies, kind of annoying because I don't do a whole lot of damage, but not too damaging in the whole scheme of things, because we can just kind of whittle them down. But it's when we have enemies that are difficult to dodge and difficult to kill, like enemies that produce multiples of themselves, basically. That's where the real problem with our current run, or current abilities, resides. That was a unsurprisingly good dodge, followed by 2 surprisingly terrible dodges. But again, with red hearts running right now, it doesn't matter all that much, because we should be able to beat Mom regardless. In any case, we're just gonna keep trying here. The one thing I do hate about the slowing shots is that sometimes with slowing shots, when you slow an enemy, it actually causes these like triple shots to bunch up more together and thus make them more difficult to dodge, which is super annoying. In any case, though, we're still alive and we are looking for item room plus shop, obviously. Again, apparently my best friend has become completely immune to being shot, so the laws of physics no longer apply, apparently, despite applying for the past few floors. I'm sure there's some mechanics reason there that the commenters will be nice enough to enlighten me to, and I don't mean that sarcastically. That would be actually nice to know on a mechanical level why this is happening. So this is likely to be our shot, but, you know, since we have Curse of Darkness, we can't say for sure. It could actually be a, oh, that was terrible. Now I'm getting worried about our health. It could actually be a library, in which case I could spend some money and pick up, you know, a Spirit Heart from Book of Revelations or something. No, it's our shop, and we're fighting greed, so thank God I bought that Steam sale. It did save me 2 cents in buying a key one time. So, you know, super psyched about that. We're going to use a bomb to kill greed probably quickly. We're gonna get an extra bomb for our troubles, but by and large, that was pretty terrible and does not bode well for our success in the future. Let's continue moving onwards here. Getting a little bit disheartened with our chances on this run. Bomb for a heart all of a sudden seems like a pretty good trade, even though I am selling myself downriver now when it comes to the Mom's Heart boss fight. In any case, though, we'll pick up this scent, which might become handy if we run across some particularly benevolent judgments at some point. We got Chubb again, who might swallow my best friend. Push him closer! Oh my god. This is a weird situation where my best friend is actually terrible when you have slowing effects working at exactly the same time, because I have to completely change my strategy over when enemies will actually, you know, through proper timing, get caught in the blast. What a terrible use of that item so far. Partly me, partly the item itself. Believe me, I am not without, you know, blame in this. Obviously, we're going to take Bloody Penny for the time being, because I would love to... I'm going to hate this room, man. We're taking Bloody Penny for the time being, because I would love to get some extra hearts. We're running quite low, so any amount of money that we could get would be useful. If you could find it in your hearts to pledge to the Northernlion not dying drive, I would be pretty happy about that. We're gonna live here. As much as this room annoys me, we made it through fairly good. Oh my god, we have PhD. This could be incredibly useful. First things, it's just luck up. Well, Halo of Fly is fairly useful, but we'll take luck up. That increases our chances of getting drops, so you know that money could end up giving us enough hearts via Bloody Penny to succeed. But as is, I am not feeling very confident about our chances here. I don't even know why I'm going into the arcade. I guess I want to earn some red hearts, or spirit hearts, really. So, hopefully we get lucky here. I don't know if luck up actually increases our chances of winning on the fortune teller or the three-headed man. So far, you know, maybe. Well, pop that 2 of spades right away just to give us some extra keys off the bat. Probably should have waited now that I think about it. Although we would have had the same amount regardless right now. Fish head, interesting, and I hate that the fortune teller is going to pay out with trinkets, because I obviously do not want those. But we're in a good situation here where Bloody Penny is actually helping us out a good deal. The more money we earn, the better. Keys now coming fast and furious. Now I should have saved that 2 of spades for sure. But we get a red heart and not a second red heart, sadly. We are in, pardon me, we are in a situation where playing the blood bank might actually allow us to be sustainable, because, you know, we could play the blood bank, get 2 cents, and then possibly earn 2 half red hearts back, but it's risky. Almost done with the coffee here. And we're earning a lot of bombs, so I don't feel bad about, or a lot of consumables in general, so I don't feel bad about hanging out here for now. But we'll play this maybe until we get down to 20, 25 cents, or until he gives us Skatol. And I feel fairly confident just standing right next to him. This red heart would be extremely valuable. Oh, come on. We're just gonna keep killing them with Halo of Flies and Sacrificial Dagger. That's good practice. At some point, we are going to win some red hearts here. Money's good too. Money gives us red hearts. We're basically laundering our money through three-headed man. And still no Skatol. And sadly, the left side here is not looking all that good. There are still people, by the way, who believe that it is not random when you play the skull game, or I guess you could call it the shell game. People that believe you could actually like follow it the whole way, which I believe has been all but confirmed as total bunk. Let's see if we can play this a few times. I would love to earn the HP upgrade. I realize this is risky, but there's also situations like that where things turn out very well for us. Wow. Luck up might actually make us incredibly survivable here. It doesn't give us 3 cents every single time. If so, this is the world's greatest blood bank. Well, 2 cents that time, but as long as it gives us half a red heart each time, that's no skin off my testicular region. And it's continuing to do so right now, so I feel pretty good about things. I guess we might as well juice up on health here. Get back to full, and we have 2 hearts kind of randomly sitting around as well. Might as well play these and try to get as many hearts as possible. So again, like I said, it's going to make us totally sustainable, perhaps even make growth possible. That nickel is awesome. I believe we're going to be able to get to 99 cents here, or at the very least, pretty close, unless our luck runs out sometime soon. But in any case, this is working out really well so far. Hopefully we'll be able to pick up the HP upgrade, though. That's what, you know, I want above all else, is this HP upgrade. We're almost at 99 cents already. Please pay. Oh my god, you gave me IV bag, you total scumbag. But in any case, we're not going to take IV bag forever, but we are going to use this, I guess, until we get to 99 cents, because there's no reason not to. At the very least, we can create an unbelievable amount of red hearts just kind of floating around here, in case we run low later on in the game. So we're almost at 99 cents. We didn't get any red hearts that time, which is rare, but, you know, we compensate by getting 2 oftentimes as well. There we go, 99 cents, and tons of half red hearts available for us, should we need them later. If we find another blood bank, that would be incredibly useful, but, you know, that was an extended period of time in there, but fun nonetheless. And more money in here, as if we possibly need it. But we are going to get one last, we're going to get a charge on our, what was I going to say? A charge on our My Best Friend before the Mom boss fight. But recall that we cannot use My Best Friend on the Mom boss fight, because apparently it hurts us. He said, he insinuated at least, the creator of this run, or the suggester of this run, he seemed to suggest that if Mom's heart, or if Mom actually hits My Best Friend, then it will kill you, which worries me. So I don't think we're going to use it at all. I should probably get some health up, though, because this fight is not going to be as easy as previous Mom fights, I imagine, at least. But in any case, let's come up here, play this. We did get half of a red heart there, but we also have several awaiting us in the shop back here. And again, this is a marathon run. It seems like every Isaac run I've done lately, except for that, like, Legend of Zelda run, ended up being, or has ended up being, like, 40 minutes to an hour, which, you know, is beyond me why that is happening. Maybe we need to do some runs where we actually, start with, like, Mom's Knife or something, because these runs are turning out to be substantial length. Maybe we could get something that would improve our damage here, though. That's the big problem. Now, the good thing about this run is that if we slow or freeze the foot... That was bad. If we slow or freeze the foot, we can do insane damage by way of Halo of Flies and Sacrificial Dagger. And that's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm just trying to get closer to speed this up a little bit. It's a delicate operation, to be sure, but it's working out very well so far. It might look like most of my damage is being done with my tears, but I do not believe that is the case. I believe Sacrificial Dagger is tearing this lady apart. Almost uttered a particularly misogynistic pejorative there. But in any case, I got hit a couple times. Doesn't bother me at all. We get an HP upgrade, which doesn't matter to me at all. But that was an easy fight. We're not going to be able to abuse that tactic against Mom's heart, but, you know, we will be able to go down to the next floor here. And no curse for once, which would be awesome if we had map and compass, but we don't. So we're going to put Best Friend down here. Everything's going to fly into it, and that is a free room for us. It also caused, weirdly enough, Halo of Flies to totally glitch out with Sacrificial Dagger. Obviously, this room is going to be one of my least favorites, as you can probably imagine, based on my history with the Binding of Isaac. Especially when they appear in an area where it's impossible to hit them. Seriously, okay, I managed to kill them. You can still hit them when they're underground. It's just a complete matter of luck. Freezing them is making this a little bit easier as well. Okay, so let's freeze you. You are dead. There's a penny in there, which might actually... Oh, it's not useful because I don't have Bloody Penny anymore. Of course. Of course! Okay. Keep your chin up. We're not dead yet. Beating Isaac and Blue Baby is, you know, kind of a pipe dream at this point, but the ability to slow them is actually a huge possible predictor of success. I used Best Friend and, a bomb there, totally by accident, but it's good we got a bomb back, and Best Friend is actually proving surprisingly useful here. Again, I believe it's not that useful against Mom's heart, and I believe it is dangerous to use against Blue Baby and Isaac. But if it can help me clear out some of these rooms without taking too much damage, then I appreciate it nonetheless. Obviously, in terms of bosses I don't want to fight, Conquest, and I don't want to fight Death, because both of those would give me a useless item that I could not even pick up for, well, I mean, I could pick up Single Cube of Meat, but it doesn't give us any benefit over the Halo of Flies and Sacrificial Dagger. But beyond that, they're fairly difficult bosses, which, you know, don't appeal to me, considering the risk-reward factor at work there. But in any case, we're just going to continue onwards here. Larry Jr.'s dying like scrubs. And when this guy dies, hopefully we'll pick up some Spirit Arts. This is the first time in a while we've had no Miter, no Relic. Skeleton Key, it's tempting, but at the same time, I can't foresee a situation where I'm going to need 92 extra keys. We've only come across 1 or 2 golden chests over the course of the entire game so far, so I don't feel too bad about skipping it. I probably saved myself from taking some damage as a result as well. We've got enough keys to make good use of the chest. Who are we fighting here? Skolex, that's perfect. We're going to put My Best Friend down, see if Skolex stays around it. Well, it kind of missed, but at the same time, it also kind of did some damage, because when he bumped into it, it seemed to hurt him, which is weird. Skolex should not be super difficult here, but that's mostly dependent on me being able to do exactly what I did right there and freeze him kind of in place as he's moving. This is actually not that effective. We want to freeze him as he's mid-jump, or like in a situation like this. But anyway, he'll be dead soon. We don't want to do that. Wait till he jumps and then hit him, if possible. In any case, this is probably the easiest boss fight we could have hoped for here, despite the fact that it's taking 100 years. That was, again, not what we want to do, but, you know, we're probably doing like 5% each time. That was almost terrible damage. I stood in like the one place on the entire map where I was safe there. There we go. Get him to pop up, and now if we could actually freeze him, I would be stoked, but sadly no. There we go. Got him again. That's going to give us a chance to do like another 5%. I took some terrible damage, but we can always replenish that health later. Maybe not that health, but the starting health for sure. Please just kill yourself, Skolex. Like, make this easier on everybody. This should do it if there's a just being in the world. And we get Pentagram. Holy shit, we can actually start doing extra damage to enemies. It took a while, and hopefully we don't squander this immediately by losing to Mom's Heart. But in any case, that is huge. To finally be able to kill enemies a little bit faster is awesome. It's not going to be an insane predictor of our success, or an insane game changer, I guess I should say. But it will make a noticeable difference in our speed in killing enemies. Man, oh man. It took a while, but finally. We're going to get a heart and a cent for that. Definitely not worth the key that I wasted, but again, you know, anything over 4 keys right now is probably just gravy. This gives us a substantially increased chance of beating Mom's Heart, and probably a vastly increased chance of beating Isaac, and just in general getting to Isaac due to the standard difficulty of rooms on the Cathedral, essentially. So, you know, the ability to do a lot of damage is accentuated by the fact that we can freeze and slow enemies, of course. So I feel like, you know, I previously, very recently, I said maybe it wasn't that much of a predictor of our success, or that much of a game changer. I'm starting to think differently, actually. And you know what? Perhaps the most positive change there is that my confidence is vastly increased now. So I'm starting to feel, you know, I was disheartened a little bit earlier. No longer. We have good chances for success here. Obviously, that blood bank isn't going to be as useful for me anymore, because we do not have Bloody Penny. So we're just going to move onwards instead. You know, we might be smart to use My Best Friend here, because we basically have no reason why not to, since apparently it's useless against Mom's Heart. I ended up taking some damage, but that's okay. We'll get other red hearts at some point. First priority is definitely just finding this boss room. So put a bomb there. Do any sort of crowd control is welcome at this point. So far, it's worked out fairly well. The slow actually did a lot of good stuff for us there. Obviously, these cysts are some of the most annoying enemies we could possibly face. But, you know, that we have a run that is kind of tailor-made to defeat these vaginal bombflies, who are the most annoying enemies for me at this point in the game. Although, you know, we've kind of got several annoying enemies. The cysts also, you know, not without being annoyance. Hermit card, probably not that useful, except as a teleport. Obviously, the laser here is going to be annoying, but the laser, you know, the unsung benefit is that the laser could actually kill the cysts as well. So let's just try to hit these guys with a slow and then focus on them one at a time. Mom's Heart, I don't think is going to be too tough. With 7 bombs and the freezing ability, I think we'll be totally fine. But, you know, stranger things have happened. I've been wrong before, shall we say. Now, killing the brain dude, obviously pretty important. Also, you know, we have a pretty good Isaac Blue Baby setup now. Especially with Halo of Fly's Sacrificial Dagger. If only we could get permanent invincibility as a result of the Polaroid, but come on. That's unlikely unless we run across a Guppy's Paw or something. That was terrible damage. It's probably a good situation to use My Best Friend in. If it does damage, then great. We could also get a HP upgrade here, which would be fantastic. Can just stand next to this guy and let our minions do some dirty work to him. Well, we got some hearts. That's something. I suppose we could walk in here and risk some health to pick up a Troll Bomb. Well worth it. Sadly, we have reached a dead end, though. And again, the marathon run continues. So, I guess we'll go left and up. And at that point, we will go top right, where there's basically no doubt that our boss is going to be there. You know what? Why not pop the Hermit card? Well, it actually just caused us a lot of backtracking. But it also gave us the chance to teleport more closer to the boss room. Sorry, I forgot how to, you know, conjugate words there. Yes, so we will move a little bit, and hopefully we will be able to fight Mom's Heart shortly. Damage now feeling like it's pretty good. If only we could have gotten the pentagram much earlier in the game. I can't help but feel like we would have more Spirit Hearts available right now. Like maybe we would have been able to carry some Spirit Hearts from the early game through to this kind of extended period that we're in right now. Another sense. Obviously we'll want to pick up a heart if we find our boss room shortly, but I kind of doubt that we will. I wish the lasers would fire before I kill them, just so they could actually hurt the cysts, but can't always get what you want, I suppose. A freeze on this guy would be fantastic, but as you can see, we are tearing through these enemies a lot faster than we used to. So I don't feel nearly as despondent as I used to. This would possibly be a good room for my best friend, because we have no reason not to, as we can't use it against Mom's Heart, I feel. Did that seriously do 0 damage? If so, there is absolutely no justice in the world as we know it. I think maybe it did just enough to not kill him, if that makes any sense at all. Now, again, we're dealing with a fairly big floor here, but hopefully we are able to get through it a little bit more quickly as we move onwards. We don't get an item from Mom's Heart, which is always unfortunate. 2 keys for a golden chest is something that I'm interested in, so we will take our speed upgrade, which is actually pretty valuable, and we'll move onwards here. So, laser actually managed to hit me there, which is pretty surprising, again, given the speed upgrade that we got. Now the fun begins. We're going to put this down, and we're going to start taking out Mom. Whenever we can freeze it, we can usually probably do, like, 5 to 10% of its health all in one go, which is fantastic. And we're going to slow it like crazy as a result of, like, the 3 different slowing or freezing effects that we have. Again, Monstro should be literally 0 risk to us, as he was. Larry Jr. poses basically 0 threat. And whenever we can get Mom frozen, no need to use bombs. We're going to save those for basically using crowd control on an enemy. Mom is almost half dead regardless. I don't know if she's about to spawn an enemy. I don't want to get close enough to put a bomb down there when she's just creating cysts, which are easy enemies to get rid of. Duke of Flies probably took a serious hit there, and we're going to have permanent bomb throwing very, very soon. Possibly before Chubb, if I get very lucky. Before Chubb, the final sequel in the beautiful quadrilogy from Richard Linklater. Before Sunset, After Sunset, Before Moon, Before Dawn? I can't remember the name of the third one. Followed by, of course, Before Chubb. Which sounds like kind of the plot of Before Sunrise, actually. So we're just going to move backwards here, and we don't need to kill Chubb. If we kill Mom's Heart, we will get back to full health, go up to the Cathedral, and I'm kind of surprised to still be alive, and kind of surprised that my vocal cords have not melted off, but let's move onwards here. My best friend against Famine. Come on, Famine. You know you want to move closer to the side. Well, at least this opened up this path here where I can do damage to Famine, who for some reason does not have a health bar, but I will freeze regardless. Be careful. So this should be fairly easy again. We've got good damage, and he can't actually attack, which makes things easy enough for us. Who does a dude have to kill to get money equals power around here? I knew I was gonna take damage there, but just simply because I totally forgot which direction these guys were coming from. It's all good. They will die eventually. I'm gonna stop walking into them if possible. We've lost half of our health on this room. Wow, I got very lucky to not die there. So things are not looking up, to say the least. We're just gonna put a bomb down and then kind of like, oh, not good. Not good. Let's just stand as far away as we possibly can. Crowd control, very important here. Bloody Penny would be oh, I walked on the spikes. Okay, don't die. This is a very important part of this. I'm worried about that neutral fly just kind of hanging out around that penny. Ultimate shield. Okay, we have my best friend, but we do not have... Oh, this is real bad. That's not going to hit it, I think. Oh, wow, it ended up hitting it perfectly, actually. But I'm still pretty sure I'm going to die, like, right here. We're just going to try to keep War permanently frozen. Please, kill him. Kill him. Kill him. Don't let him get over here. Okay, we have the speed necessary, especially with the slow. As long as we're proactive and stay far, far away. Now, that second secret room, there's a very common second secret room which contains simply red hearts. So this could allow us to survive if we get very lucky here. Or at least, not even very lucky, just a little lucky. That's going to give us one more hit of tolerance, which is fantastic. Oh, I really don't want to spend too much time playing this, but I feel like I kind of have to in order to ensure my survival. Please, hook me up here, fortune teller. Cursed skull? I have a good excuse, and if there's start to be too many trinkets around, it becomes very difficult for me to ensure that I'm gonna still, be able to get the Polaroid to leave, even though it did just drop the Polaroid. Are you seriously just gonna start giving me trinkets like crazy? That's not necessary, game. I'm already juiced with respect to trinkets. If you could just give me spirit hearts. We're gonna play till we get down to 80 cents. That is as much, or as many resources as I will commit to this right now. Simply for virtue of actually making progress here. So again, 80 cents. We are 6 or 7 plays away, depending on if we win some extra money. Any second now. Again, Eve's Birdfoot, totally useless for me. Samson's Lock, totally useless. We've got an assortment of pretty solid trinkets here. Unfortunately, they're not pretty solid for me, because I have absolutely no possibility of using them. We have the Devil card, which is actually awesome. We just need to make sure we're holding the Polaroid at the same time. That's going to increase our chances of being able to defeat... Oh my god, pick up the Polaroid. That's definitely going to increase our chances of being able to defeat Isaac, but, we need some health to make that possible as well. And we're going to leave now. So a little bit increased chances of success, but still very much hanging on by the skin of our teeth. We have reached a dead end here. I was just thinking about how gross the expression by the skin of your teeth is. Like, man, if you have skin on your teeth, I would encourage you to come into the modern era of dental hygiene. Because that is a little bit frightening. Oh, don't get hit by the laser bullets. Also, laser bullets. Greatest description of an enemy's attack or greatest description of an enemy's attack? Trick question. It's the greatest. Now, double Loki all the way across the sky is not the most difficult enemy that we could face here, but we do have to be careful. Really, we just want to make sure that one of these guys dies as soon as possible, which should be, yeah, any second now, as you saw. This guy's going to go down pretty quickly as well. If I can just get him to not shoot me in the meantime, that would be fantastic. Now, the bomb fly, a little tricky. More red hearts, please. Well, a pill, and a pill we haven't had before. Pretty fly, that's totally worthless. Okay. As usual, we found a dead end. So let's continue trying to make our way to Isaac, where we will almost certainly die. Although we will get Polaroid invincibility, because we're rolling in half hearts now as opposed to full hearts. Which gives us probably an increased chance of success, provided I don't, you know, take some silly damage on the way there, which is also very much within the realm of possibility. I'm trying to be a realist. We have an interesting chance for success. If we succeeded here, it would be an unbelievable triumph, though. So I've got to watch out. One jump could put this guy close enough to me to do damage. And taking damage against the Widow is something that I can't afford to do. He has allowed us to improve our chances probably a little bit there. These guys are going to be easy enough to kill. We actually are doing solid damage now. I just wonder if it's too little too late. Really, we only got like 3 or 4 useful items this entire game. But we started with some useful items as well. So I guess I can't fully complain. Believe you me, I would love to open up that golden chest. I just don't know if I could do it without taking damage. So let's be careful. We did it! It was not worth it, probably, but 2 extra bombs maybe is okay. But mostly I'm just happy that we managed to do that without taking damage. That might be the first time I've ever made that happen. Just through precision WASD play. What can I say? Been using it my whole life. Let's do it again, I guess. On the other side this time. Oh, yeah, we totally botched it. But, okay, I did something. We effectively, we just traded nothing at all there. But I could have actually made that work much better for myself. Now, I should be using my best friend at some point, but I'm also mostly just concerned with survival. Man, those are some big tears. That worries me. Is that a... that is a champion Gish, but he only gave us a penny. Totally worthless. Now we can focus on this champion Angel Fetus, which is the more annoying enemy of all of the ones in the room. A couple more hits should do it. If I could actually hit him, I'd be psyched. Apparently that is an impossibility, though. There we go. Okay, tarot card is the Magician. Not nearly as useful as the Devil, so... we've got to be reaching the end of this room fairly shortly. Daddy Longlegs, seems like a pretty solid enemy to be fighting here. If I could... oh, what the heck has happened? All my health disappeared at once, so I guess that was one of the enemies that I shouldn't have dropped my best friend against. Well, that was pretty shitty. In any case... thank you guys for watching, and thank you to Johann Hoekstra for that challenge run suggestion. If only I'd pay closer attention and realize that Daddy Longlegs probably was one of those enemies I shouldn't have used my best friend against, but in any case, whoops. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, continue suggesting your challenge runs. I will do the ones I deem most entertaining or appropriate. Again, as always, I will see you next time.